It's Zena, your best friend who loves horror. Hello everybody. Today I'd love to talk to you guys about Disney movies, the scariest Disney movies, because I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5. A lot of people, they don't know this about me, but I really love Disney movies. I especially love them when there's little spookiness to them. And in my opinion, why not? Horror needs to be in everything. So the first movie I'd like to start off with is Beauty and the Beast from 1991. Okay, hear me out on this one. We all know what this one is about. An arrogant prince and his servants fall under a spell of a wicked enchantress. She then turns him into a big hairy beast man, and he has a bad attitude, like it's ridiculous. He pretty much holds a girl hostage at his castle, trying to get her to fall in love with him so he can turn back into a handsome, successful, rich prince, okay? I mean, he's still all those things. He's just hairy with sharp teeth and ill. The thing is with this movie, like seriously, it's like, imagine being a young girl, okay, and you're separated from your family, from your friends, and you're in this castle, and there's just like this hairy beast man that's yelling at you all the time. He was forever yelling, like he's scary. Even though he's saying, oh, I want her to fall in love with me, okay, but you sure you don't want to eat her because those sharp little teeth of his. She doesn't have her dad to talk to. Instead, she has like talking teacups and pots and clocks and a wardrobe. You know, that's who she has to talk to. That's terrifying. Yeah, this music and the castle's pretty nice, and eventually, yeah, they do fall in love, but truth be told, I'd be scared out of my mind dealing with that hairy beast man who's yelling all the time. Next on the list is going to be The Little Mermaid from 1989. So of course you guys know this story. 16-year-old mermaid Ariel, she's fascinated with life on land. She's forbidden to visit the surface because her dad thinks it's dangerous, but of course she still does it anyway, and she somehow falls in love with a prince. How? I don't know. Anyway, she makes a deal with this sea witch named Ursula so she could become human for 3 days. The scary part about this movie isn't the fact that she's doing this all for a guy that she doesn't even know. And this guy is basic. There is nothing appealing about him. And it's crazy because it's just like, I don't know what she sees in him, but whatever, okay? It's not the fact that she's willing to do that, right? That's not the scary part. The scary part is that the sea witch Ursula, she stole her voice, okay? So imagine someone took your voice, you can no longer talk, and this person is just like living it up, okay? With your voice, singing, laughing, humming with your voice. And you know what you have? Nothing. You have nothing. You can't talk at all. And you did this all for a guy, a basic guy, a guy you don't even know, but you want to know? What if you don't like him? What if he's rude? What if he doesn't recycle? There's a lot of things that you may not like about him. Couldn't be me. Then on top of that, the old witch, she no longer looks like an old witch. She's beautiful now. And not only does she have your voice and all that other stuff, but now she's even going after that basic guy that Ariel wants. And it's just like, wow, first your voice, now your boo. What do you have? What do you have?
Nothing! You've got nothing! Nothing!
Something I can say about this movie though, the music is fire. It was fire when I was a kid and it's still fire now. I love it. Moving on, we're going to be talking about Return to Oz from 1985. This one is set 6 months after the original one, and Dorothy is suffering from insomnia. On top of that, her Auntie Anne and Uncle Henry, they don't believe her about Oz. They feel like it doesn't exist. So they do what they think is the best. They commit her to a mental hospital so she can be put through electroshock therapy. Wow. Thanks a lot, Auntie and Uncle. Wow. Eventually she escapes and she returns to Oz somehow. And when she gets there, she notices right away that things are not what they used to be. Things are no longer sunshine and apples, because apples are delightful, and it's not like that anymore. It's like the yellow brick road is broken. It is shattered. It's grim. It's just kind of creepy. It's just very grayscale. It's just horrible. But that's not the scary part. There's a couple of scary things in this movie. The first thing we're going to start off with is the Demon King. First off, he is a rock. He's a talking rock, and for some reason he stole Dorothy's ruby slippers. Like, dude, you're a rock. What are you? You know how upset I would be if some rock stole my shoes? Moving on to something else that forever haunted my childhood, the Wheelers. It's like these dudes who are pretty much in a gang, but they have like these squeaky wheels that they're on using their hands and like their feet. It's like they don't have hands and like fingers and toes. They have wheels. and it's just like these wheels and they're rolling around trying to attack Dorothy. It's insane. And one thing I can say though, their makeup is pretty awesome. Another character I think is pretty creepy is Princess Mumby. So at first it doesn't sound that bad. Oh, she's a princess, she doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, that's what I thought too, okay? This lady, all right, she collects heads. She has like a trophy room that's full of talking heads that can blink, and it's just like she just pops off a head and put it in a case and put on another one like it's a wig. It's ridiculous. Like, at least Leatherface, okay, he would just take the person's face. This lady is freaking taking someone's whole entire head, and she sleeps without a head. So she's just some headless lady going around taking people's heads, and she even tries to take Dorothy's head. Dang it. Tongue twister. Then the last character I like to talk about, even though I think he's cute, but I had some time to like think about it over the years, Jack the Pumpkin. Jack is just like this stickly, he's literally like a stick. He has long stick legs and stick arms, and then he just has like a pumpkin head, and for some reason he's wearing suspenders. But whatever, you know, live your life. What I found kind of freaky about it, and it's just like, what? He really liked Dorothy, which is fine, but he wanted Dorothy to be his mom. Like, he wanted to call, like he would call her mom, and it's just like, dude, she's like 9. She can't be your mom. Like, whatever. It's okay. Am I nitpicking? All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay guys, so now we're gonna be talking about Pinocchio from 1940. This one is based on the 1883 Italian children's novel, The Adventures of Pinocchio. Pinocchio is often looked at as a cute Disney movie, and honestly it is, but there is something really sinister about it. First we meet Geppetto. He's a woodworker, and he wants to turn his wood creation he created to a real boy. So he makes a wish, and the wish comes true. Pinocchio is alive. The blue fairy that made this wish come true tells Pinocchio he's a puppet, but in order for him to become a real boy, he needs to prove himself as truthful, brave, and unselfish. And then if he lies, his nose will grow. You have this little puppet who is just a liar. He's a big fat liar. He is already lying, and I don't understand, like, how. And then not only that, he starts hanging out with this kid who doesn't really follow the rules, and they go to this island and they're smoking, they're drinking, they're vandalizing. It's just ridiculous. Things are just getting out of control. The scary part is that this island, it just so happens to turn bad boys and girls into donkeys, and then they're sold into slave labor. It's ridiculous. Like, I thought this was for kids. So that just pretty much tells little kids, yeah, you don't finish your soup, guess what? You're gonna be turned into a donkey, and then I'm going to sell you. Oh my God! Wow! All right guys, so we made it to the final one. So the last one we're going to be talking about, Don't Look Under the Bed from 1999. This made-for-TV movie follows a teenager named Frances who enlists the help of an imaginary friend named Larry Houdini to deal with the boogeyman who's framing her for all his pranks. I feel like the best way I can describe this movie, I feel like it is Little Monsters from 1989, starring Fred Savage, Ben Savage is in it as well, and Howie Mandel, meets Halloween Town from 1998. The reason why this one's on the list is because I remember parents being very upset about this. This film used to air on TV all the time, but then one day abruptly it just stopped. Because I remember it came out around, like, it was around Halloween, and I remember I was 12 years old, and I really loved the movie. But as much as I even watched horror movies back then, there were some scenes that did freak me out. And it was surprising because it's like a Disney movie. Like, what is this? Joy. One particular scene that really stood out for me is with Larry Houdini, where his eyes were changing, his voice was changing. It was a lot for little kids, but you know, I feel like it builds character. You know, we need to, like, you know, get it together, be strong, have a backbone.
Okay.
You guys let me know if you're interested in a list for kids. I would definitely put together like a top 5 or top 7 spooky movie list for kids. You know, then that way you guys could watch it with your kids and that could be fun. Yeah, like I told you guys before, I don't have any kids. I mean, I do have these two, and perhaps we could watch a movie together. I don't know.
Alright.
あ
What is that?
Alright guys, so that's my list of my top 5 scariest Disney movies. As always, I'm interested in knowing some of your favorites. Feel free to comment those below, and I will see you guys next time. What if you don't like him? What if he's rude? What if he doesn't recycle? There's a lot of things that you may not like about him. Couldn't be me.